Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are so appreciative. We have this incredibly awesome newly launched product, the Tovala Smart Oven Air Fryer, and we're so excited to talk to you all about it. My name is Nicole. I am the social media marketing manager, and I'm surrounded by these awesome women who are just three people on the amazing team that filled with a lot of people that put in a lot of time in order to bring this appliance to you. So we are here to answer any questions that you have live. And as a reminder, I want to let you know that for a limited time, you can actually get $150 off any of our smart ovens when you order meals 6 times, which is just like an incredible deal. Like I mentioned, my name is Nicole. I'm going to be your host for the evening. So please drop your questions into the chat because I'm going to be reading them off. And I'm going to go ahead and pass to Ashley, and she'll tell you a little bit about herself.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. Hi, everybody. I am Ashley Kennedy. I'm our product marketing manager over here at Tovala, and I'm one of the many faces behind our updated shopping experience on our website now that we have 2 ovens and any of the emails you've received about our new smart oven. So feel free to ask me anything about the shopping experience, the website, anything you've been wondering about while considering purchasing Tovala. And then before we jump into more intros, for anyone who's new here, I just wanted to give a quick intro to Tovala in general. So I'm happy to do that real quick, but we wanted to create a way to make home cooking more effortless and delicious and enjoyable, because who doesn't want mealtime to be easier? So we created a convenient meal service that pairs with a smart oven to do all of the work for you. So with our fresh meal delivery service, there's a menu that changes every week. So you can enjoy everything from my personal favorite blackened shrimp tacos to juicy, crispy chicken sandwiches and nice, fluffy, moist biscuits, and everything in between. So all of our meals work with either oven now that we have 2. And outside of our meals, you can scan thousands of name brand groceries. Shout out to all those Eggo waffle scanners out there. We see you. And also cook preset recipes from the app that have been created by our chefs like Chrissy. And also, clear your countertop. It can bake, it can broil, toast. And then we're here to also talk about our new air fryer. So air fry is a capability of both as well. And with that, I will pass it over to Chrissy to chat a little bit more and introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Chrissy, research and development chef at Tovala. The meals that you order, I help develop. And one of my passions in Tovala are the chef's recipes. So you can ask me to, or recommend a chef's recipes that you don't see, and I will try and make it for you and get it shot on the next one. Any other questions? I'm culinary, anything about food on either oven, because I'm well versed in both ovens. And I'm going to pass it off to Nicole P.
Thanks, Chrissy. I'm Nicole Pinnell. I'm the product manager for our ovens and packaging. I'm responsible for our smart oven portfolio and working with the engineering team and the culinary team to bring this new air fryer to life. I can answer technical questions about the 2 ovens. What's the same? What's different? How do they work? How do I use them? That sort of thing. So excited to dive into some questions.
And yes, everyone, we do realize that we have 2 Nicoles on this live stream. We have a Nicole J and Nicole P. There's actually more Nicoles at Tovala, so it gets a little bit confusing for us. But hopefully, we have our names underneath our images, so hopefully it'll all be clear. So we actually have one question that has come in, and it's from Stephen. And Stephen actually is directing this to Chrissy specifically. So do some of your new menus include air frying in its programming?
Steven. Let me count the ways. I don't actually know if I can talk about this right now. It still might be a secret. Ashley?
I can take that. So right now, all of our Tovala meals, they work with both or either Tovala Smart Oven. So what that means is sometimes what happens is when one oven is doing one thing because another oven has a stronger convection fan, or the new Smart Oven Air Fryer has the 2-speed convection fan. So it's going to bake and cook a little bit differently between the two ovens. The coolest thing is our chefs and our engineers teamed up to make sure that we can tell the difference between the two, and that the ovens know, your app and your oven knows which oven you're cooking with and is able to make those adjustments. So right now, none of our Tovala meals go directly in an air fried basket. Instead, you'll cook them following the insert instructions, which will be either in an aluminum tray or on the black sheet tray. So you don't specifically put any in the air fry basket to air fry, but you can do that with grocery items. So when you look in your app, if you have a Tovala Smart Oven Air Fryer, you'll see that specific grocery items that are marked as air fryer friendly recipes, those will have an air fry function that happens during the cook cycle. I hope that makes sense. Does that answer your question, Stephen?
I will, yeah, Stephen, let us know. And if you need more clarification, then please drop it in the chat and I will send the question over. So we have a couple of these questions. I'm skipping around just a little bit, but this one I think is important. And I think we want to answer this question early on. What's the difference between the two ovens? I have both of them here. Chrissy has both of them here. So what is the main difference? Either Nicole P. or Ashley, take it away.
Can take that one. So for our ovens, I think the most important thing is kind of what they have in common, which is being a Tovala Smart Oven that can cook Tovala meals, communicate with the Tovala app. And then the differences are really about kind of how you like to cook and what types of food you want to make on the side. Our air fryer, you're able to use the max power air fry function. It has our 2-speed fan. It can get things extra crispy. So if you're someone like me who has a 2-year-old and needs to make a lot of chicken nuggets just to get through the week, the air fryer is really fantastic. And then on our Smart Oven Pro, that also has an air fry feature with our taking advantage of convection baking. But then it also has our steam feature, part of what gives it that pro level versatility to steam, bake, broil throughout the different cycles as you're cooking your food. So that steam feature on the Pro and the max power air fry on the air fryer are really the kind of 2 points of differentiation. Plus the other obvious color differences, we have a brand new color for our Tovala ovens, the stone gray on the air fryer for, a little bit lighter color, sweets really well in a lot of different kitchens. So we're excited to have not just 2 ovens, but a new color as well.
Yes, the new color it's so nice on the countertop. It really is. It looks so great. So Stephen did have a clarifying question. So there's a special basket for air frying. Wants to confirm that indeed you use the air fry basket for air frying. Ashley's shaking her head.
If you are air frying groceries, scannable groceries, or your own recipes, you'll want to use that air fry basket. So a couple notes with that. One, you can get it on shop.tovala.com if you're someone who's been a customer for a while and doesn't have one yet. All of the ovens being sold now come with one. So you can get it at shop.tovala. And you're ready to cook with it, and you think that what you have might be a little bit drippy or might have some crumbs falling off of it as it cooks, then it's a good idea to go ahead and slide that black sheet tray that comes with your oven underneath your air fry basket so that it can catch some of those drippings and make cleanup after cooking even easier. So would recommend that if you're going to do something that might be a little bit messier while cooking. Otherwise, a nice even layer throughout the air fry basket. If you overstuff it, things might not get as crispy as you're expecting. So a good even layer will work just fine to put in your oven.
Great. Thank you. And I do think now we have pulled up with Nicole P's image a distinction of the both ovens and sort of, with me specifically, I think. So you can compare both of what both of our ovens and essentially what the features are. All of this information is available on our website. So be sure to tap the link in our bio and you'll be able to have access to all of this information. But yeah, you'll be able to see the specs right here. And my face is much larger than it was a little bit before. Also, gals, don't freak out, but we're at like 83 people watching us live. So stay strong, right?
No pressure.
No pressure, everyone. So this chat is popping off. We have a lot of questions, but I did see that Diane was curious. So Diane would love to get this new oven, but what does she do with the old one? Nicole P.
Yes, I'd say there are a couple different options, maybe depending on how old your Gen 2 or your steam oven is. You can continue to use both ovens. I personally have both at home and use them to cook different things, or use both at once when I'm trying to get more dinner on the table. You can connect your new oven to your app as well, but right now you can only have one oven connected to one app account at a time. Once you pair to let's say you get the air fryer and you pair to that, your steam oven will still remember your Wi-Fi network password, and you can still continue to scan meals or scan groceries, push the buttons on the oven, and still use that. Or you can create a second account to be able to, swap between accounts and control your two ovens. So a little bit up to you, but as someone who does have both at home, I end up using both, and make two sets of meals at once, makes dinner time a little bit easier.
Amazing. So Chrissy, I'm going to direct this one to you because I think that you will just have a phenomenal answer for this. Anthony knows. Why do I need it, Tovala? Why does Anthony need one?
What a great name. You can say like Anthony knows like the best Tovala to get. Honestly, I would choose either of them. In the summertime. Wait, what was the question before I
Just in general, why does Anthony need a Tovala? Why does anyone need one?
I love the convenience of it. It really does act like a smaller oven that cooks more quickly. In the air fryer one, I have really pushed it to the limits because that's my job. And I've tried to break it and I haven't been able to break it. The fan is much stronger. The basket is amazing and it creates a big airflow around it. On the Tovala app under Chef's Recipes, you could make so many fun things. There are simple recipes as well as my favorite, a take on a Crunchwrap Supreme. You can fit like 2. I would push 3, if you're super hungry. If you're like, oh, air fryer is not for me, which I don't know why it wouldn't be. The Gen 2 is also amazing. If you have like a bread hobby, like I did in the years past, you could totally use that steam function to make a cute little loaf of bread. If you need a recipe or a cook cycle for that, let me know. I have it. It's a secret though. But I'll let you into the secret if you buy one. I'll let you into a lot of recipe secrets. This is not a membership yet. It'll be for free.
Thank you so much for that lovely answer. So we're getting a couple of questions. It sounds like a lot of people who are tuning in already have the Smart Oven Pro. So Ashley, will you let them know how can they air fry with the oven that they already have so they don't necessarily need to get a second oven? Because let's be real, it takes up a decent bit of counter space. We're looking to declutter. I understand that. So how can they air fry in the oven they already own?
For sure. Great question. So I'm going to provide a little bit of background here too, and a little bit of clarification. If someone has an oven and they've had it for a little bit, they might remember buying it as something named the Gen 2 or the Steam Plus Air Fry oven. Those are the Smart Oven Pros. We renamed them given that our family of oven is growing. So just a note for those people who might have an oven for a while. So If you have an oven like that, if you have the Smart Oven Pro, it has steam. That pro level texture is going to come out from that steam. But when you want that really crispy, you want to air fry, you're going to do two things. One, you'll need an air fry basket. So if you don't have one already, you can get it at shop.tovala.com. Those are there for you to purchase. And then if you do have one, you utilize the bake cycle, and that's because your oven has a convection fan. So we're taking advantage of air frying with a convection fan, which is what air fry is, right? It's convection flowing around, hot air flowing around to make it really crispy. So we're taking advantage of that with your bake mode. What you'll do is you'll put a nice even layer of food, let's say French fries, because yes, that's delicious. So you'll put a nice layer of French fries down in your air fry basket. And if it is not a scannable grocery, things like Alexia fries or Ore-Ida, you can just scan those, and we've taken care of preheat and everything. You don't need to worry about that. You can just stick it in and press start. All of the time and temp is picked for those already, thanks to Chrissy and her wonderful culinary team. But if it's not a scannable grocery that's in our app already, then you can go ahead and preheat with bake mode. So you'll press bake, you'll set the temperature, and it'll tell you how long the preheat will take. Use the temperature that's given on the packaging that you want to air fry. So the fries say 400, go ahead and use that. If it's a weird increment, just round up a little bit to what's available on your oven. And then once it's done preheating, you'll stick your air fry basket with your food inside and set the time and go ahead and press start. And like I might have mentioned earlier, if you think you might have something that might be a little drippy or drop some extra crumbs on the bottom of your oven, you're welcome to put that black sheet tray underneath your basket so that it'll catch that and make cleanup even easier.
Thank you. So John actually has a question that I might be able to answer. A win for me, yay. So John asked, sorry I joined late. Any special programs for a first-time user? And there is. It's really exciting. So for a limited time, you can get $150 off any of our smart ovens when you order meal 6 times. It is a great deal. I highly recommend taking advantage of it. Head to our website to learn more. But John, come on, it's for a limited time. We got to get it going. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll jump to some more questions. Let's see. So a good question. I think this might be for Nicole, but maybe Ashley might know. Jeffrey wants to know, how do I know which are scannable groceries? Maybe you can talk a little bit about the app.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways you can see if something's scannable. You can, if it's something you already have in your freezer, you can try scanning it on the on your Tovala smart oven, or you can go into the app. There's a groceries tab, and within that groceries tab, you can search for the name, like the brand name or the name of the item that you're looking for. You can also search by brand. You can also look at, we have different categories like air fry friendly, waffles, breakfast, that kind of thing. If you happen to be at the grocery store and you're curious, like, hey, is this, pagoda chicken rolls that just look delicious, is that an air fry friendly or a scannable grocery? You can actually take out our app, open up the scanner within the groceries tab, scan the barcode of that item at the store, and be able to see if it scans. So that's kind of a nice feature if you want to check it out while you're in aisle, or do some research at home before you leave for the grocery store. But everything will be in our app, and you're able to find it there.
Awesome. So we have an interesting username, Old Jar Jar. I don't know if that's like a Star Wars reference, but if so, I'm here for it. So Old Jar Jar says, I must say, your food is amazing. Changed my life. I mean, round of applause. Great job, everyone. Judy Fox wants to know, which one is the best time for maybe a first-time user? I think this is an opinion. So maybe we all have different perspectives here. Ashley, do you want to maybe start with your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say that it really depends on the things you like to to cook outside of Tovala meals. So with your Tovala meals, you're going to be able to cook any of them perfectly in either oven. So that is not a concern. Check that one off your list. No matter what your preference is there, no matter what you're ordering week to week, you're good to go. Outside of that, when you're looking to do scannable groceries or different recipes or using it for bake broil, toast, reheat, things like that, I would think about what you really like to cook and kind of the level of textures that you like to go for. If you're more of like hey, I want my broccoli to have some crunch. I love it, love nuggets on it, or I need nuggets after school, or mozzarella sticks that are crispy. Then I would go for the Smart Oven Air Fryer so that you get that nice crispy finish on things like that. If you are someone who wants to do get more of the pro level, like you've got Chef Chrissy sitting on your countertop texture going on when it comes to baked goods, things like nice fluffy breads, rolls, croissants, or you'd prefer to steam your vegetables and get that bright, vibrant veggies that are steamed, then I would go for our Smart Oven Pro. So it really depends on like what your lifestyle is, what your taste preferences are. But either way, I can promise you won't go wrong.
I'll just jump in and add there one kind of practical thing around our two ovens. The Smart Oven Pro, as Ashley mentioned, it has that steam function. One of the ways you get that steam is that we have a water reservoir in that oven. So you have to make sure that you have it filled up, just a simple 8 ounces of water, 1 measuring cup of water poured in every couple cycles, kind of depends on how much you use it. But with the air fryer, that is one thing you don't have to worry about. You don't need to fill the oven with water. You can kind of just plug it in and go. So it is a slightly easier setup and a little bit less maintenance. But you do definitely adding the water is worth it if you want that steam performance, but just something to consider kind of what you have to do day to day with the oven.
Awesome. So Pete let us know it's amazing. I've gotten 2 friends to buy one and I use it multiple times a day. And I don't even use my stovetop anymore, which is totally relatable. I know for me, like I live in Texas, it gets really hot here. Any excuse not to use my oven, I get very excited about. So having like such a great countertop appliance is really just so incredible. So Melanie wants to know, is there a warranty on our ovens? Ashley or Nicole? I think no.
I'm gonna fill this one. So yes, on both of our ovens, we have a 1-year warranty. So you're able to contact our customer service team within that year if there's any defects or things that break. One of the other pieces about our oven is that we have a 100-day return policy. So if you, like Nicole mentioned, if you're a first-time buyer and you want to try out the oven, but you're like, what if I don't love it? It's kind of an investment. We do have that 100-day love it or leave it return window, and then the 1-year warranty on the oven itself. Same for both oven models.
So Esteban is asking a little bit of a tough question, but I think that all of us are ready to handle a question like this. So Esteban wants to know, if both ovens have air fry modes, then why make a dedicated air fryer in a new oven? Ashley, could you let Esteban know?
I'm happy to, but I actually think Nicole might be better since she
Nicole
helped create the product, and she's our oven expert. I'll pass it to her first, and then I can add on to that.
Yeah, so I'd say that when we were looking at our ovens and the air fry capability of the Pro, we really also wanted to offer an option that was kind of that next level air fryer that was on par with other dedicated air fryers out there, and was really a great option for folks who do a lot of air frying, wanted to replace an air fryer on their countertop. With the Smart Oven Air Fryer, we now have a 2-speed fan. So you get faster airflow for kind of crispier results. We also redesigned when you look inside the oven, the plate that goes over the fan, we redesigned that for kind of a totally different shape to allow for better, faster, stronger airflow. So it really gives us, it takes that feature to the next level, versus the Pro that really has that steam, still has air fry, but is what I kind of call like your basic air fry versus the air fryer that has that real max air fry for those who are just dedicated to the fries and nuggets, and want that, I'll call it super powered air fry.
Love
Yeah, and just to build off of what Nicole said, in terms of we want to make sure that we're able to offer people different options based on their lifestyle and flavor preferences, and what we talked about earlier in terms of like, what do you cook more of? So we want to make sure that we are providing ovens that you feel are a good fit for you.
Absolutely. So I think you might be a good one to answer Marjorie's question. What foods are good to steam in Marjorie's Smart Oven Pro?
Oh, Marjorie. What a great question. I love all the questions about cooking in any of the Tovalas. To steam, I like doing any kind of vegetable. Because sometimes you're not feeling like the big roasty McToasty, right? And you just want like a gentle cook with like an al dente like finish. As you can see, like my eyes are like glazing over. I'm going somewhere else now. Okay. There is a way, another secret way. So many secrets are coming out. You can do like some steam dumplings at a very low temperature for a very long time, like 30 minutes if you like cover it properly. Other things to steam, I like steaming fish. If you put it on like a bed of like fennel and onion and celery, and you put a little white wine, like let's say you have your black sheet tray, and then you put the like fillets on top. It's just so flaky and moist, and then it gets like the essence of all of the vegetables underneath. If you have something specific like a protein, or like you can also do like creme brulees in there, like you can make custards. You can pretty much steam anything you put your mind to.
I knew I should have eaten dinner before this call. It's making me hungry.
Same here. So Judy asked what the height and width of both are. And Judy, since I think it'd be confusing for me to read off a bunch of numbers, I did put this in the chat for you, and you can access this on our website. So I hope that's helpful. So I think this might, I can kind of float this question to everyone. Paul has a great question. So Paul says, I'm actually comparing this to buying pre-made meals from somewhere like Cook Unity. Not sure which route to take. Can you talk about the advantages of your meals? Thanks. Maybe we can start with Chrissy, one of the people who actually makes these meals, right?
Yes, I always think about the customer, and we have like a wide range of like flavor profiles so that we like have something for everyone. I think us over any other meal kit like Cook Unity, I think it's also pre-made, but you maybe do a little work. You literally just open for Tovala, you open up your thing. We've done all the work. You do like maybe 5 steps, and then you put it in the oven and you scan it, and then you can go and play with your dog or your cat or your animal or your child, or just have you time, which I think is great, because then you don't have to worry about if it's burning, if your stove is on too hot, how long has the oven preheated. Like we've done that all for you. You just literally scan it and then go do something else until I think your phone beeps and is like, hey friend. I mean, it doesn't say hey friend, but it lets you know.
Yeah. And I think like I'll add on to that. I mean, the food's so good. I actually love to cook myself. So I have like a little bit of I have pretty high standards. I want to make sure if I'm going to be spending money on convenience, I want to make sure it tastes really good. And the fact that it's so easy to use and it's so freaking good, I mean, like you can't beat it. So I hope that this convinced you. So we have a good question, and I think Joe needs a little bit of clarification here. So Ashley, I think you might be the great person to clarify this. So Joe says, we've only had our oven for 5 months. It was sold to us as an air fryer smart oven. We are disappointed. Already, we don't have the best one. We have ordered every week. Can you maybe clarify with Joe? Because it sounds like Joe has the Smart Oven Pro, which does have air frying capabilities. So let's tell Joe about this oven.
For sure. First off, don't panic. You have our Smart Oven Pro, just renamed as we're adding to our oven family. We needed to do a little bit of naming updating. So you do have our Smart Oven Pro, which has our maximum versatility because you have steam, bake, broil, toast, reheat, and air fry. So you've got the 6-in-1 functionality sitting right there on your countertop. You get the pro level textures from the steam that we've been talking about. And then you also do have air fry. So with that, it sounds like you got the steam plus air fry model, which means yours came with an air fry basket. So you're covered there. You're good to go. You're able to air fry by pushing the bake mode and taking advantage of that convection fan. So you're good to go on that front, and you're ready to rock with all of the functionality that Tovala has to offer. So I hope that answers your question.
Awesome. So we are at about 6:30. So just a reminder, if you have any more questions about our appliances themselves, please be sure to put it in the chat. If we aren't able to get to your question, we're sorry, but you can contact our support team, which is incredible. Our customer service team is honestly best in class, best in the business. They are wonderful. You could reach them at support@tovala.com, and they'll be able to answer all of your questions. I did want to read off a couple of other comments. So Nicole, another Nicole, amazing, let us know. I used to do HelloFresh. Tovala is so much faster and easier, and the food is amazing. We love to hear that. This isn't necessarily related to the ovens, but it is related to our meal. So maybe Chrissy can add some context here. Chuck and a couple of other people are curious, are there any plans in expanding our low carb and low sodium meals in the future?
Oh, Chuck and other people, you have read our minds and possibly the future. I won't give it away, but I think you can take stuff from what I've just said.
I feel like that was very, very subtle.
Just to build off of that for folks who might be newer, just a note that on any of the menus, when you're checking out the meals for the week, you can filter by those different dietary options that you might be looking for. So it's nice to be able to filter those. That means the ones you're looking for will pop right to the top. And we do make sure to have a good variety of each of those different categories for each menu every week. So while we hear you on building up even more, definitely want to take advantage of that filter feature as well.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read off just 2 more questions. But if you all are enjoying this, please let us know in the comments. Like, should we go live more often? Should I bring more people from the team? Let us know. So let's see. Lux Reviews wants to know, hey guys, I will be reviewing both ovens. What would I like to know is, does the air fryer on new oven cook/bake more evenly because the Pro model def is more hotter on the right-hand side by fan? Let me know if I should reread that. I feel like that was a little wordy.
Yeah, no, I think she's talking about the a little bit of a hotspot that we have in the Pro. On the air fryer, I don't we'll look forward to seeing your review, but you shouldn't see any hotspots in the air fryer.
Amazing. Thank you. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to find one last question. I know there's let's end with this one because I think this is a good one. Laura wants to know, Will we always be able to buy an oven with the steam function, or will that be phased out? Ashley, can you let us know?
I can let you know. We are still building steam ovens, so never fear on that. We'll have both available for the foreseeable future. So both are available on the site, and we're continuing to build both.
Amazing. Paul let us know, I'm not an owner yet, but live sessions with tips, tricks, etc. for existing owners would be good. And I'm getting a lot more live sessions. So gals, I think we might have to go live more often.
I'm thinking cooking class with Chef Chrissy, maybe.
I would love that. I think that sounds fun. What do you think, Chrissy?
I would love that. I mean, I'm kind of weird, but if you can deal with that, I have all the tips and tricks in the business.
Amazing.
I feel like that Crunchwrap Supreme you talked about needs to be known.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah, we're getting more live streams. No one else does this for their customers. So this might be a good space for us. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. As a reminder, we want to answer all your questions. So even if we didn't get a chance to answer them during this live stream, please contact our customer support team at support@tovala.com. I'm also going to drop this in the chat so you can easily just copy, paste that email address into your email account and get your questions sent to us. One last reminder, we have an incredible limited time deal running. So if you can get $150 off either of these incredible smart ovens that we just talked about when you order meals 6 times. So definitely take advantage of that. Thank you so much for attending. Once again, I am Nicole, our social media marketing manager, joined by our incredible team, Ashley, Chrissy, and also Nicole P. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you later. Bye.